so if you go back to the earliest recorded human history, that's Bible. And when you go back to the Bible, you find that there was Adam and Eve, and for hundreds of years there was no government. And what happened was it got so bad. People killed each other wantonly. They stole from each other. The rape, the murder, the pillage.
So the idea that we should just all live together and be friends, although it seems like a really good idea, it just never works.
It never works out. It never works out.
So I mean, in this situation, if you're back to the Bible, right, in Christianity or Judaism, they believe that there was God and God created people, and these people who arguably in this situation, like these are God's kids, they can't even get along.
That's right.
And it gets so bad that they start killing and they're murdering and they're doing vile things to each other. They're not respecting property rights. They're stealing from each other. And so in this situation, you're saying this is the origins of government, where they realized absolute freedom just doesn't work. When people do whatever they want, it doesn't seem to work well.
It doesn't work well. And so what happened, it got so bad that in the Bible, God said, let's just start this again. And that's the record of the great flood. And so the flood wipes out the world, and we come back with Noah and his sons and their wives. So you have that one family. So they get off the ark, and that is the first recorded history of any civil government. God gave Noah 7 categories of civil laws. Scholars call that the Noahide laws. And the first one says, here's what you do with murderers. Here's what you do with people who steal private property. And it went through categories of laws. And because we had tried it with no government and it was so bad, we said there's got to be some restraint on bad people, bad behavior. Now, over the history of the world, there's been a whole lot of different efforts to try different forms of government on how you restrain that behavior.
But for the history of government, so this is when you back up historically. If you look at all the historical records, there's no record of government from before Noah. So Noah is the origin, at least of the recorded human history. There's no role of government that you see anywhere in history before Noah. And what God actually does with this situation is the law that he gives to Noah is actually, if anybody kills, then civil government, society, is responsible for dealing with that person. And so this is when you see it wasn't just a command to a single individual, you are responsible. It was to collective society as a whole, which would then be considered kind of the origins of civil government, where collective, we are going to be responsible. And so that's where you see the birth of civil government in recorded human history.